I didn't grow up in Vancouver. I actually moved here just like you maybe. Here are my top 5 reasons why I did it. Hey, I'm Hannah Dubyne. Welcome to the Living in Vancouver and Camas, Washington YouTube channel where we go over all things living in Clark County, Washington. I'm so glad you're here today. If you want to be the first to know about all things living in Vancouver, Camas, and Clark County, Washington, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And today I'm actually talking about something a little bit more personal, maybe a little bit more opinion-based, if you will, and that is why I moved to Vancouver, Washington. So some of you may not know, I actually grew up in a little town, or I guess it's not that little anymore, but it's called Lake Stevens, Washington, about 45 minutes north of Seattle, very similar to what we have down here in Clark County. And I loved growing up there, but I wanted a change, and I moved to Vancouver. So today I'm giving you the reasons why I did that. And just to be very clear, before we get into my reasons why I moved to Vancouver, really this is opinion-based. Sometimes I get hater comments saying, oh, blah, 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 it's too expensive, I don't like it here. That's fine, that's, maybe your opinion, but this was mine. So the first reason I decided that moving to Vancouver was right for me is because I think it's affordable here. Of course, affordable is a relative word these days, depends on what you're coming from. But there are a lot of great paying jobs here. Housing, by all means, has gotten more expensive over the years, but compared to a place like California or King County, which is where Seattle is located, or even the Portland metro, it's more affordable. So I was happy with that. Groceries are nominal. We don't have things like Melrose here. So I was really pleased with the cost of living here. If you want to know more about the cost of living in Clark County, Washington, I actually have a video up about this that I made a couple months ago, so I would encourage you to go watch that. Also, these are not in a particular order, I just was listing them off, so I think they're all equal in my mind. My second reason why I moved to Vancouver and why I love living in Washington State is because it's beautiful, it's green, there are trees, there are parks, there's lots of natural space here. Growing up in Washington State and living here my entire life, I didn't realize that most people actually don't have this at all. A lot of people grow up in places with no trees at all, which is so sad, and what a blessing to be surrounded by nature. We're close to hikes, we're close to trails, we have lakes, we have the Columbia River. It's really, really gorgeous. Along with that comes really fresh air, which when I've gone to places like Atlanta, Georgia, or Los Angeles, I'm like, oh my gosh, they really do not have fresh air here. So I just love that natural element of living in the Pacific Northwest. Number 3 reason why I moved to Vancouver and why I really love living here is that there's always something fun to do. Kind of tying into the last point, there's always outdoor things to do, hiking, trails, rivers, lakes, all year long. But we also have a lot of fun events. Downtown Camas puts on events, different areas of Vancouver put events on, tons of local businesses here. We've got the Vancouver waterfront now with great restaurants, and oh my gosh, we have so many coffee shops here. We've got bars, and if there's something that Vancouver or Clark County doesn't have, then Portland definitely has it. So I think of things like the NBA, MLS soccer, and specialty restaurants are over in Portland. There's always something to do here. By the way, I do a super fun newsletter on the weekends called Weekend Happenings with Hannah, where I put out the best 5 or 6 events going on that weekend. I'll put it right here so you can kind of check it out. Link will be in the description if you want to sign up. No pressure, but it's pretty awesome. The next reason why I moved to Vancouver and why I absolutely love living here, and I probably wouldn't move out of Washington State, is because of the weather. Also, another thing I took for granted growing up in the Pacific Northwest, we get all 4 seasons and we get them beautifully. Spring, we're in spring right now as I'm recording this. The birds are out, the trees are in bloom, we have cherry blossoms. Everything is just flourishing. We get enough rain to really help everything grow, which is great. I wouldn't want to live in a state that has water issues. And And then in the summer, it's absolutely gorgeous. Most days are 70 to 80 degrees. We definitely hit our 90-degree days and sometimes even 100s, but it's doable enough that you can go outside and be outside all day and enjoy it. Whereas I talk to some people who come from the Midwest or the South, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so hot there that you can't even go outside, which sounds terrible. Fall here is crisp and beautiful. It's picturesque. It's exactly what you would think of with all the trees with orange and red leaves, and it's very crisp outside, pumpkin spice lattes. Of course, we love our coffee here. And then winter is rain, gloomier, occasional snow once or twice a year, which I would take any day over snow all winter long, which a lot of places get. So love the weather here in Vancouver, and another great reason that I moved here. The final big reason why I moved to Vancouver, Washington, and why I love living here is that it's generally just a nice, friendly area to be. Also, there's a big lack of natural disasters, which is awesome. People here are nice. You can talk to them in line at the coffee shop. You can talk to them at the grocery store. You know, crime is everywhere. You can never keep it out completely, but I still feel like we have a great community here. People want to help each other out, and great place for families. And then lastly, with the natural disasters, you know, we don't deal with wildfires here. We don't deal with hurricanes here. We don't deal with tornadoes. We don't deal with droughts, really. We just have to worry about potentially an earthquake, you know, who knows when that's going to come. But other than that, we don't even have floods, really, unless you live on a floodplain, which are pretty rare, especially in our city area. So other than that, it's really an awesome place to be. So just wanted to keep it short and sweet, be really transparent with you guys, let you know why I enjoy living here, why I'll probably be here forever, and yeah, if you have any more questions about what it's like living in Vancouver, Camas, Clark County, Washington, please let me know. Reach out to me and my team at Dubyne Realty Group. We'd love to hear from you via text, email, maybe DM on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram. Definitely sign up for my Weekend Happenings newsletter. Other than that, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.